Hey guys, this is Alex from MarketWise Asia. Thank you for watching this seasonal insiders video over here. Okay, especially done for you. So as I'm doing this video, today is the 31st of July 2023. We are at the end of July, heading into August really soon. Tomorrow is actually August already. Okay, so before I kickstart this session over here, just as usual, a disclaimer first. Whatever I share in this video is just for education purpose, not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. So please do your own due diligence. It is not financial advice. Okay, so let's kickstart. So before I go into that, okay, for those who came for the Market Insights Trading Festival, okay, last Saturday, just 3 days ago only. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, it was a very successful event. About 300 people actually attended the event. If you were there, okay, I really thank you for supporting the event. And for those who know somehow you are from overseas, or you cannot make it for the event, okay, not to worry. Okay, there will be more event coming soon, hopefully. Okay, and we'll still continue to do the virtual event. And for those who came for the event, you should know that there were no selling involved. It was pure content sharing, and there was a lot of freebies, goodies for you to take away. Am I right to say that? Okay, so let's kickstart this session right now. So just a recap first, okay? Last week I talked about certain sectors industry, right? So last week I talked about the healthcare, the consumer staple. So it actually went up pretty okay, okay? Consumer staple is one of the one that leading the market, okay? All right, so and let's go into the current index right now. As you can see from the chart, right, this is the S&P 500 futures over here. Last week it was basically in a range bound, over here. So on the Thursday over here, that's just when I thought the market is going to finally to have a correction. Price actually came down for one day, and then on Friday it reversed back up again. So this is frustrating a lot of bears out there. So, as the market, it is still in an uptrend, I generally don't encourage, you to short it, because it is very difficult for you to time the short entry. Okay, you can try a few times, get stop out. Okay, so this is not worth the money. You get stop out a few times, then you kind of, lose quite a fair bit. Okay, all right, until you get it right. All right, so as a rule of thumb, I generally don't like to short it, okay, unless you're in a downtrend. So right now we are still in an uptrend, okay? And if I could let you know, right, in fact, even though I keep saying that August is a generally weaker month, it is not exactly, the start of August, the market will start to come down, okay? In fact, it is actually starting from the mid-August onward. So if you take a look at the S&P 500 over here, right, can you see that generally, typically, it is in a bullish month over here. And by the way, this is the Larry Williams true seasonal indicator. Okay, so tell you, roughly where is the seasonal. Okay, and this is actually the paid indicator. So I'm just sharing with you. Okay, so you can see over here in August, right? It is actually it is still pretty okay in the range bound until the mid of August, where seasonally wise, the price will start to come down also. Okay, mid-August or so. So there is still a chance that the market can continue to go higher, or even in a flat range until the mid of August. There's still a chance. So don't be so quick to be so bearish yet. But having said so, I'm more tilted towards the more defensive side. So if you have been watching my past two videos, right, 2 or 3 videos, I've been focusing on the defensive sectors like the utilities and the health sectors, and those stocks that I mentioned, perform not too bad. Okay, in fact perform pretty well if you are doing swing trade. Okay, so let's kickstart this. Okay, so what are the sectors and stocks that I'm looking at for the coming week or so? So if you take a look at the RRG chart, the relative rotation graph over here, right? So this is based on the daily time frame. You can see that last week I said that I'm looking at the consumer staple, right? So this week, okay, until this week, right, it has moved up, and the ones that is in the improving quadrant, okay, it is actually the utilities, the staples, the healthcare, And the one that's leading the market right now is actually the energy and also the financial sector. Okay, but again, just to recap, the RRG chart is lagging. It will take some time for it to reflect into the chart. So for example, okay, if it is saying that it has been leading, right, the markets have already gone up quite a bit already. Okay, all right, so there's some lag time involved. All right, so let's say, for example, if XLRE, it is leading right now, is improving to improving, it will take some time for the RRG chart to reflect into the improving quadrant. Okay, but so if you can drill down further to the day, to the 60-minute time frame, right? So you can see that XLV continue to be a leading, XLP also, and XLK, in fact, for technology stocks, for the month of August until the mid of August, tech stock, it is still pretty okay. So there's still a chance for some of the tech stocks, okay, for them to go higher. So you can focus on a few sectors this week: the healthcare, the consumer staple, and possibly the health, for possibly the tech stocks as well. So if you take a look at the chart, not the Excel data over here, so I already let's unfilter everything again. Okay, all right, so you can focus. This is the August chart, right? Can focus on the first, two, three, four until the 6th of August. Okay, until end of this coming Sunday, until the 6th of August. So 7 is outside the range. So we stick to August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Okay, and if you actually if you realize the number of stocks for August is a lot lesser compared to, say, for July to June to May or so, because typically August is a relatively weaker month. Okay, and if these are the stocks available over here, and we can some more filter via the the industry. We can look at the consumer goods, the healthcare, and possibly the technology as well. So let's go over to the consumer goods over here. So for consumer goods, I need to know that it is lumped according to the consumer discretionary and the consumer defensive as well. So most likely, we'll take a look at the food products, okay, the hotels, retails, auto, luxury goods. All these are obviously consumer discretionary. Okay, so for many of these stocks, right, like the McCormick, Tyson, and Kellogg's, they have already ran up already. Okay, let me try to filter again. So many of these stocks, they have already ran up. Okay, so McCormick, Tyson, Kellogg. McCormick is MKC over here. MKC over here, MKC, McCormick. Okay, it has already ran up. So I won't be chasing them for now. Okay, for McCormick ran up, unless there's a pullback or so, then I'll be considering going for a long. But right now, it's a no entry for me. And TSN, Tyson, it also has ran up in way before the seasonal start. Okay, front run already. So I won't be entering that as well, because there's a very high chance that you chase it, there's a chance that you pull back also. So I don't want to chase, and we are also very near to the earnings. The earnings is 7th of August over here. Okay, all right, and then we have Kellogg's. Kellogg's is you should know Kellogg's, the food company. Kellogg's is the relatively weaker one. So but we're also very near to earnings on the 3rd of August. So I won't be looking to enter. Seems like the food sectors, the food industry as well, the consumer staple. So I'm just going through with you what I am, looking through real time. So you can see over here, if there's nothing to trade, right, then don't trade lah. Then don't trade. Okay. So the opportunity is not there. There is some obstruction. For example, the earnings. Okay, then you don't trade. Then we don't trade. We'll skip that. All right, and then we can take a look at the healthcare one. Healthcare. Okay, healthcare. The one that I'm actually looking on, it is actually Dexcom and Humana. Okay, the rest, I think some are very near to earnings or some are very small cap stocks that I won't be looking at them. So for example, Dexcom, 3rd of August to 4th of September, there's a time frame, there's still a pretty long runway. Calendar days, 33 days. Humana from 3rd to 21st of August, 19 calendar days. Same for both stocks for the past 11 years, okay? 10 years it is positive, okay? All right, so Dexcom, DXCN, and Humana. Okay, DXCN, all right. Okay, and okay, and so for DXCM, this is one that I wanted to keep in my watch list. The earnings has just released, okay, on the 27th of July, just released not too long ago only, okay, 2 trading days before, okay, and then there was a gap up over here, and then price came back down. So let's see whether there's any trigger for us to go long into DXCM. Okay, so this is the one that I'm watching. All right, and the other one that I'm watching is actually Humana. Okay, Humana over here. Okay, this is a relatively weaker one, but okay, but once again, also very near to earnings. So most probably I will skip that. So the one that I'm looking at is only the DXCM. Okay, Dexcom over here. This is the one that I'm looking at. Oh, I forget to mention about, sorry for jumping around. Forget to mention about last week. So last week I talked about the consumer staple, right? Consumer staple. So last week I talked on a few stocks. The first of it is Hormel Food Corporation. It actually continued to hit higher, even though I didn't enter. There wasn't a trigger for me. So let's say if you just enter, right? So based on last week or so, the Monday, okay, Monday, right? There's still some profit for you. It went up, all right, pretty nicely over here. So this HRL, it went up. Last week, I also mentioned about SJM. This is SJM Smucker. This is a candy company, okay? It went up a little bit, okay, and then, there was a pullback. So most likely, if you're inside, okay, there won't be any profit right now. But, okay, as I mentioned, I didn't enter because I'm looking for a pullback. So right now, SJM, there is a pullback right now. So I'm looking to enter. You see there's any opportunity. It could be a wash and rinse over here. You can see that on Thursday over here. On Thursday over here, price close below the prior low, the Wednesday low over here. So let's say if price can break above the wash line again over here. Okay, so and there's no earnings, so it's pretty clear. Okay, it's pretty clear. So and then for the SJM, this is in July, right? SJM Smuckle. Okay, it is okay for JM Smuckle. It is actually from the 25th of July to the 18th of August. So there's still some runway ahead until the mid of August. So we still can look at SJM. And the other one that I mentioned that I have a position personally is actually Ingredient. Ingredient, okay, price actually went up a little bit, okay? So I actually trail my stop loss higher, but unfortunately, okay, on the Thursday there was a sharp correction pullback over here and it hit my stop. So I exit the trade. So I mean that I scratched the trade, meaning that there was just break even, very little profit. So I just term it as break even. Okay, it's a break even trade for me. So just to share with you, not every single trade is profitable. Some could be losses, some could be a scratch trade. So I'm just being honest with you, more transparency with you. So this one I exited with break even, a scratch trade out there. And with such, okay, so let's head back to the sheet over here for August. This is one that I'm looking at, Dexcom. And if you want, you can also take a look at technology stock, okay? So for technology, actually, it is not too bad, okay, in the month of August until the month of mid of August. Can you see that out of this whole list here from the 1st to the 4th of August, other than consumer goods, healthcare, industrial, technology, there are quite a number of stocks over here, okay? And from this stocks here, I don't know which one actually caught your attention. The one that caught my attention is actually the Apple. This one, the number one stocks are okay, mega cap stocks over here, 4th to 18th of August. Okay, for the past 11 years, 91% of time, it is heading higher. So, for Apple, AAPL, okay, all right, so it is hovering there, so there's a possibility that price can still go a little bit higher, maybe until the earnings, which is until, or actually earnings is also pretty near, 3rd of August. So if you really want to do a quick trade, right, I mean, you better exit before the 3rd of August. So again, when earnings come, I don't know where it will pan out. Can it go up or go down? I don't know. So it is a very big risk if you are buying into earnings. So I wouldn't enter into Apple as well. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm looking at. So for the rest of the tech stocks, okay, I didn't really look into that, okay, because I find that for this week for the stocks, not many opportunities. So again, you can still take a look at other tech stocks as well, or even the rest of the industry. So I'm just going through with you what I'm looking at. So personally, I'm looking at the Dexcom. That is the one that I mentioned to you, the healthcare one. Okay, there's no earnings and price action still looks pretty okay. So DXCM is something that I'm looking at. Okay, but okay, if you take a look, these are the equities, current equities. So I also have this Excel spreadsheet on the ETF. So which I think that there's opportunities coming up ahead for the ETF. Again, for the month of August, there isn't a lot of ETF out there. Let me remove the page break first. Okay, so you can see that from the 1st to the 8th of 9, there's only this few only. But the one that caught my attention is actually UNG, United States Natural Gas Fund ETF. This is basically the natural gas ETF. But okay, I want to tell you first, okay, let you know first, do not trade the UNG ETF directly on your brokerage account, because the UNG is actually one part of the PTP list over here. So PTP list, okay, all right, okay, this is the list of PTP securities, okay, which means that I'm not sure what is the withholding tax. Is it 10% or 30%? There's withholding tax. So a lot of this commodity ETF, okay, it is under PTP list. Okay, for example, UNG is under the PTP list. So please do not trade. Okay, I don't know if it's 30% or 10%. Let's say it's 10% withholding tax. Okay, so if your value of your UNG is $10,000, so when you close the trade, right, you have a withholding tax of 10%. There is $1,000. That's a lot. Okay, all right, you take $1,000 away from the trade. So let's say 30%, then you take $3,000 away from on the trade. So you only left with $7,000. Okay, so please don't trade the UNG ETF. So the best way to have a direct exposure, okay, to the commodities is most likely, okay, CFD. Either you trade the natural gas futures directly, which I believe most of you don't trade futures directly, okay, or you can trade via CFD. You can trade via IG. Okay, IG also have a lot of commodities for to trade, or even CMC markets. Okay, so these are the CFD brokers, okay, or any other CFD broker. Some of them, most who have a natural gas lah. Okay, so use the CFD futures to trade if you want to have exposure to the natural gas. You also can see from the chart over here, not chart, I mean the data over here for the UNG. From the 2nd of August to 31st of August, for the past 10 years, 90% it is up, okay, for UNG. So in fact, I'm also looking at the natural gas right now. For the natural gas, okay. So this is the natural gas. Okay, let me do a naked chart for you lah. So natural gas, has been in a very straightforward downtrend, correct now. At one glance, you know that it is a downtrend. It is a downtrend, right? So it's like ranging here, ranging for many months already. Since the start of March, it's been ranging already. Okay, so this is natural gas over here. And if you add in the cloud and the CPR, okay, all right, and okay, I remove the cloud, easier for you to see. For the cloud over here, for the pivot, central pivot range, you can see that ever since it has gone down, most of the time it has stayed below the central pivot range. It stay below the central pivot range, stay below, even go higher than stay below, stay below, that kind. Okay, and all right, last month was the kind of like the first month it stayed above the central pivot range. Okay, all right, and then this month it is trying to stay above. Okay, it didn't stay above. Above is above the top range over here, but at least it didn't go below the central pivot range again. So this is kind of positive to me. All right, if you add in the usual cloud and such, right, we can see that based on the daily time frame, it has slowly broken above the cloud. Okay, and I'm looking for an entry to go long. And if you look at the 2-day time frame over here, this is actually the wash and rinse potential setup as well over here. So I'll go back to naked chart. Okay, all right, can you see that on this bar, this is a 2-day time frame, which means that every single day is, every 2 days is 1 bar. Every 2 days is 1 bar. So this one is 28. Okay, the next bar will be on the 1st of August. That is tomorrow. So can you see on this day, okay, on this day, price broke and closed below the low of the prior day over here. Okay, all right, it broke and closed below the prior day low. Also, this will be the wash line over here. So all right, so you can see that whether there's a wash and it rinse back up again. Okay, this is based on natural gas futures continuous contract chart over here. So based on 2 day, it is over here. So can you see that today right now, price just stop right at the wash line over here. Can you see that? So I'm looking for price to break above and close above the wash line over here based on the natural gas futures, okay, continuous chart. Okay, the price is about 2.68 lah. So let's see within the next 2 days or so, see if price can close above this wash line. And if you go back to 2 days daily time frame, I'm looking for price to close above this line. Okay, and then most likely I'll be keen to enter for a swing trade. Okay, all right, so natural gas is something that I'm looking to trade. Okay, again, I'm not going to trade the futures, I'm not going to trade the UNG, I'm looking to trade the CFD. So just to let you know, once again, if you find value in today's sharing session, okay, or you make some profit from my prior number of stocks that I mentioned, you can let me know in the comments. Okay, it is a private comments. Okay, this is an unlisted video, but let me know that you actually get benefits from my weekly sharing. Okay, so let me know that you enjoy that. Then I might continue to do it for you, because when you first bought the seasonal advantage, this video, it's not that it is not that I need to do it for you. It's just that I want to give you more value. Then I do this video for you. Other than that, I'm just providing you data. So I'm just want to give you more value and give you more how I use the seasonal advantage. So I really hope that you can give me some feedback. You enjoy this, my sharing on how to use the data, how to use, how I share my analysis and such. Right? Let me know. Okay, be it reply through email, or let me know in the YouTube video comments. Okay, I really appreciate that, and thanks once again. Have a good week ahead. Okay, we will see how the markets perform. Looking at the healthcare stock, the DXCM, and also SJ's marker as well. I'm looking into that as well. Okay, technology stock, you can go through them yourself and see which are the ones that you could enter. Okay, so with that, thanks so much for watching, and see you again next week.